talking, reading, and even eating are incredibly challenging. And then at a young age, you face serious heart problems that require numerous surgeries. And that's just the beginning. In the face of such overwhelming adversity, how would you live your life? Well, tonight, I'm going to tell you one young man's answer. And that young man is an incredible young man that I had the chance to meet when he was just a boy. His name is Chris Nikic. He's 22 years old, he's from Central Florida, and he was born with Down syndrome. Chris struggled with these issues I just mentioned throughout his childhood, but he didn't let that stop him from truly leading a life of significance. He got involved with the Special Olympics, which gave him an opportunity to compete in sports and build his confidence. But the Special Olympics introduced Chris to triathlons, which sounds simple enough, but when Chris started, he could barely swim the length of a pool and didn't know how to ride a bike. Still, none of that stopped him. His passion drove him to pursue a goal no one thought possible, becoming the first person with Down syndrome to complete an Ironman. The inspiring journey that ensued for Chris, his family, yes, and all of his supporters epitomized the idea of perseverance as much as anything you have ever seen.
It's 2020.
No slowing down.
And Chris Nikic is training for one of the most grueling endurance races in the world.
Keep this pace up, right like this.
An Ironman triathlon. 2.4-mile swim, 112-mile bike ride, and a full 26.2-mile marathon.
This is your day. It's going to be a personal best today, okay?
Oh, personal best, huh?
Personal best today.
All right, here we go. It's game time. Let's go.
What if Chris could do something that's never been done? What an impact that would have on his life and others like him around the world. What if we just do an Ironman? He says, okay, what's that? I said, well, it's just a little longer than a sprint. And he said, okay, let's do it, Dad.
One more time. Down, up.
The idea is met with doubters and skeptics. When Chris's coach, Dan Grebe, seeks some help from a fellow coach to create a training plan for Chris, he refuses to help.
Coach says, no, I'm not designing a plan. I said, why not? He said, he can't handle the ocean swim. It's too dangerous. And then he's going to fail. And then I said, do me a favor. Let me just answer this question for me. I said, if Chris was a 20-year-old without Down syndrome, would you design a plan for him? He says, I would. I said, okay. I need you to give my kid the same chance you would give anybody else.
All the way, all the way. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, all the way.
I'm so proud of you, baby. That was the best ever. How you feel, baby?
I need you.
You need me? Okay. When you have a child with Down syndrome, you don't fit in. They don't get invited to parties. They don't get invited to anything. Everything you do is a challenge. It's a fight. Other fathers don't get to experience that. You have to battle everything in order to just get them to be included. That's his whole year plan. Every day he stands up there and writes down what he achieved for the day.
The goal is Ironman in November 7. We have to get 1% better every day.
The 1% better concept is a way to track progress a little bit at a time, not to overwhelm anybody, not to make it too big a deal.
He's not making huge gains, but he's building small levels of foundation that over time become so strong that they overwhelm, and that when he completes his Ironman, he can complete anything. His dreams become possible.
For every competitor, an Ironman begins the same way. An early rise and a final chance to reflect on the challenge ahead.
You are Ironman ready. Nobody gets in the way of Chris Nikic's dreams.
The time limit is 17 hours, and we had one goal, which is to finish on time.
Chris works his way through the rough surf off Florida's Gulf Coast, getting out of the water on pace to break the 17-hour mark.
All right, Chris, looking good, buddy!
But on the bike comes trouble.
Is there any bother your feet?
Chris, take your shoe off.
First, he steps on a hill of fire ants during a nutrition stop.
What's better?
Then, he loses control of his bike and crashes on a downhill stretch.
I'm thinking, oh my God, this cannot be the end of this race. This is not how this story ends.
Chris gets back on his bike, but with more than 30 minutes of delays. He's now behind the pace to finish within the 17-hour deadline.
Now it's just a run, Joe.
As he enters the 26.2-mile run.
This is going to be the best run of your life. You sure?
Yeah.
At the end of this run are your dreams.
He was keeping a pretty good pace up until about mile 10. At mile 10, he had slowed down to almost a crawl.
Chris, got it, man. Let's get speed.
As darkness falls, Chris is struggling. His race partners call in his dad, Nick.
Come on, let's keep walking. How's my boy? I know it hurts, but you're trying to get ready. Come on, come. No time.
At first, I wanted to stop. Instead, I kept pushing through. I knew that my dream was coming.
The pain doesn't go away,
It's blisters.
Okay, it's okay. Those are fake pain.
It's real.
but with every step, he knows he's getting that much closer to the finish line.
You're going home, Chris. You're going to be an Ironman.
As we finished, I said, Chris, this is your moment. Go have it.
Chris Nikic,
And we heard those famous words.
you are an
When I saw him coming towards the finish line, I started first thinking about other parents and their little kids with Down syndrome can now look at Chris and say, our child can accomplish something.
So many moms contact me saying that he's been such an inspiration, that their kids, look at Chris as a role model.
You could call it the power of perseverance. How realizing your own dream can show the entire world what's possible.
As a parent of a child with Down syndrome, Chris finishing that race, it just gave me so much hope. He's someone that Rocco can look up to. Rocco knows when someone has Down syndrome. He knows, like, Chris is like me.
So when I take care of babies in the nursery, parents obviously want to know, what's my child's life going to be like? Having been there with Chris and having seen what he did reminds me that when I have those conversations with families with Down syndrome, that I have to remind myself to tell them that you may be surprised at what might be possible.
On March 4th, 1991, I stepped on a landmine in Basra, Iraq. I was airlifted to several different field hospitals where they performed surgeries to save my life. Chris and I are a lot alike in that we both face adversity, physical challenges, limitations, and we just keep putting one foot in front of the other. He has got grit, determination, he is driven. So Chris Nikic, big hero of mine.
Okay, now you got it. Go!
Without Chris and following his journey, Rocco would not be on a bike right now. He says, me, I can do that. Chris has definitely inspired myself, my son Rocco, and I know all the people within the community are inspired by him. Chris is a world changer.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this year's recipient of the Jimmy V Award for Perseverance, Chris Nikic.
Thank you. I'm so grateful to be here. My speech is on the screen because I have a Down syndrome accent and I speak like I am from the deep south. Thank you, ESPN, Special Olympics, my friends, Ironman, and my family for making this possible. I'm an Ironman, a disc athlete, pro speaker, author, and as you can see, ladies, I'm adorable, single, and unfaithful. People ask, how did I overcome so many obstacles? Easy. I just got 1% better every day. 3 years ago, I was 18, overweight, out of shape, excluded, and isolated. But my dream was to be like you, to be included, to be independent, and to marry an amazing woman like my mom. When I started, this was all about a boy and his dream. But now, it is so much more. Now, I want to honor God by being the best I can be to give hope to others. I do that by following a 3-step plan. 1, I get 1% better every day. 2, I work hard. And 3, as Jimmy Fee said, don't give up. Don't ever give up. It's easy to make excuses and quit. I don't do excuses, and I don't quit. People ask, why don't you quit? Because my dream is bigger than my freaking pain. So what's next, y'all? I want to inspire others and raise awareness for inclusion. October is a big month with my birthday. I'm in Hawaii, Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and get 1% Better book. Please help me raise awareness for inclusion, and let's make the world a better place for all of us. Thank you, and may God bless you.